My name is Danny Topaz, and I'm pleased to host this News Now Health Update. I'm the program assistant for the Belmont Wellness Coalition. My colleague Lisa Gibalerio, a public health educator, oversees the BWC, which is a program at Wayside Youth. Today, we're exploring how parents talk to their children about keeping safe and avoiding dangerous situations. We know for many decades, children were taught stranger danger, basically to avoid strangers. Lisa, tell us what the problem is with stranger danger philosophy.
Thanks, Danny. So the main problems with stranger danger are that it sends a message to kids that it's strangers who pose the biggest risk. It's strangers who might be the most harmful. And this basically implies that people you know will not harm you. And statistics tell us that more often than not, it is the people our kids know who pose a big threat. Also, stranger danger just doesn't work. Studies have shown that kids receive that training and then they're taken to a park and approached by a stranger, for example, with a lost puppy. And within 30 seconds, they run off with the stranger to help find the puppy. So we also know that we as adults violate this all the time. We chat daily with the person who pumps our gas or the teller at the bank. So kids see this, and while the adults know it's a controlled situation, the kids are wondering, well, if my parents are chatting with strangers, then it absolutely must be okay. So it teaches an inconsistency, basically. So for those reasons, we've looked to better ways to educate our kids.
Okay, so what should parents be doing to educate their kids?
Well, experts tell parents and others that it's really important for kids to get used to approaching adults in controlled situations. So we need to encourage our kids, for example, at CVS, to ask somebody where the toothpaste is, or at the library, go up to the librarian and ask for help finding a book. This will help children develop instincts around detecting real dangers out in the world versus perceived dangers. And most of the time, it's not strangers that our kids should be avoiding, but it's strangeness.
So, we're expecting kids to learn to hone their instincts around strangeness. This sounds a little elusive.
It is elusive, Danny, and I would recommend two excellent books by Gavin DeBecker, where he lays this concept out and obviously takes more time to do so than we have in this video. But the books are The Gift of Fear and Protecting the Gift. DeBecker states that if kids get used to talking with strangers, they will begin to develop the intuitive skills that they need to determine which strangers they're comfortable with and which strangers that they do not feel comfortable with. And this is the skill set. This intuition is something that will keep them safe.
Point of clarification. Should parents also be warning kids that in some cases it is strangers that intend to harm them?
Yeah, I would say that it's okay to tell our kids that if a stranger approaches them and asks for their help with something, or obviously offers them something like candy, that their instinct should be raised that this might not be a safe situation. But that's very different from stranger danger, which basically says never speak with any stranger.
So, the bottom line, help our kids develop the skill set to determine those who might intend harm versus the majority of adults who do not.
Exactly. We need to teach our kids to pay attention to their gut feelings, to pay attention when something feels wrong or when an adult, just feels strange to them in a way that just doesn't feel good. And we need to come up with a better name for this type of education than stranger danger, because as I said earlier, and our kids need to hear this, it's people they know who can sometimes cause harm.
Thank you, Lisa, for this perspective of stranger danger. We will see you next time for the News Now Health Update.